If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Penny Dreadful Season 3, Episode 4, A Blade of Grass, stop listening now, major spoilers, here we go. Man, first off, I thought for a second that Vanessa Ives was going to die, okay? I won't even lie to you about that. I really thought that she was going to die this episode. I'm sitting here terrified. I'm balled up and curled up like a little baby on the bed. I'm bawling like a baby. I'm crying like crazy because it was just so emotional. I didn't know what was going on. But at the end of the actual episode, everything worked out, man. Everything really worked out, and I'm so happy to see that, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Tonight was an episode to get a little bit of clarity for Vanessa Ives. Last episode, we saw her in the Dr. Seward's chair, her office, doing the, shrink thing, psychoanalysis, whatever you want to call it. She put her in this deep sleep, okay? Trying to get her to unlock some of those memories and see if she can possibly figure out who is messing with her. It works out. It literally works out the way that we thought it was going to work out. And it was fascinating to see that you were going through one reality and the next. You were going back and forth between, our world and the, how do you want to say it, like the spiritual world or the unconscious world, the unconscious mind. It was really cool to see that, man. I loved how they allowed, number one, I love how they allowed the characters to just come out of their shells, man. Rory Kinnear, one of the amazing minds, man, who is literally Frankenstein on Penny Dreadful. He plays the role of John Clare. You get to see the backstory for him. To have him play this role, this duality, this spiritual consciousness, this moment in time inside of Vanessa Ives' backstory and background, it was beautiful, man. It was absolutely stunning the way that they did this, because number one, he was able to bring out this, because he's Frankenstein. He was able to bring out this fear, this depth to this character. He can show a fatherist, loving, nurturing side of him, but he can also show this demonic side, man. And I'm telling you, man, I had to back away from the screen as I'm watching this, because it was just a little too intense. And there was really nothing happening on screen, but it felt like every single moment whenever he switched from, let's say, John Clare to Dracula or Frankenstein or a demon or whatever you want to call this guy, it felt as if like something bad was going to happen. Like she wasn't going to survive, man. And it was really cool to see, number one, that he cares for that character. You get a understanding of the scene where he had a flashback moment to his child and the wife, and his wife was taking care of the sick kid. You understand why he was in the attic. You understand everything in that, and it was just inside of a psychiatric ward room. You know what I'm saying? One of the crazy person rooms, I guess you can say. And, where they put the straitjacket patients and stuff, and it was really extreme as far as the circumstances to where they healed them back then. So if you're a fan of the Nick, you saw a lot of that stuff on the Nick played out, year after year, scene after scene, season after season, episode after episode. But in this one, they show you Penny Dreadful, 1920s, 1930s, and the times that the technologies that they used, everything that they didn't have any knowledge of any of these, mental cases or whatever. And they would literally, place a person in a room, do whatever they can possibly do to make them better. But if the person said that they got better, you had to pass some sort of test depending on the hospital, and then they would pick your brain apart. They would put screwdrivers into your head, release the pressure on your brain, cut out pieces of your brain. They would force feed you. They would put you, they would wet you and leave you inside of a room. you know, and if you survive that, you know, you weren't crazy, and all these different tests that every hospital had, man. But Vanessa Ives, let's go back to her. In this, that was a long story short, but the reason why Vanessa Ives is such a strong character is because of everything that she's endured. And then tonight, and this will probably wrap it up right here, probably like another 5 minutes. Tonight, she was able to show us as the audience, and just, you know, from her performance, from Eva Green, man, Dracula is scared of this woman. Vanessa Ives is such a powerful character. She's such a force to be reckoned with, man, that Dracula backed down from her tonight. You know, and now she has the power. She has the name, you know, and that was one of the things that they were talking about inside of there, you know, with Lucifer. You know, we always want to, you know, as human beings throughout time, we try to, you know, label something to point at and to blame. And if we don't have any understanding, you know what I'm saying, of a situation, you know, we have to look to something and point fingers at something, you know. But once we have the name, once we can name it, we can defeat whatever it is, okay? And Lucifer always gets the bad stick, you know, the bad end of the stick, you know. It's always people, you know, talking bad about him and saying that he's a bad guy or whatever. Well, Lucifer cast out Dracula. And Dracula, I think, wants back in because he knows that Vanessa Ives is the key to all of this, you know? And it goes so much deeper, man. I can't really get into it right now because it'll take hours to talk about all this stuff, man. But you know, just seeing how Penny Dreadful, how they're able to take these characters and bring such depth to them, it's amazing, man. So now going into, not next week, I think next week we're going to get a break from Vanessa Ives. We'll probably go over to Ethan Chandler from what I can see from the previews, but then again, you never know. Now that Vanessa has the name of Dracula, she has the power over him, so she can defeat him. All she has to do now is do her research and, you know, conjure up those demons that she knows, and the possessions and stuff that she's been aware of, and fight him, you know. But next week, Leslie, looks like Ethan Chandler's episode, you know, Cayette and Malcolm Murray. There looks like that's going to be their episode centered on them. And then the following week, we should get, you know, not the end result, but the first confrontation between Dracula and Vanessa Ives. It's beautiful stuff that's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that wasn't long. There just really wasn't a whole lot to talk about, man. The whole entire episode was literally just Vanessa Ives and you know, Roy Killiner's John Clark slash the creature or Frankenstein, okay? So that was just them inside of a room, you know, and them talking and duality and all that stuff like that, and spirituality and possession, demons and all that stuff. It wasn't a lot, but the depth of the characters, man. It was just to give us the background story for John Clare, and then Frankenstein, and then also to see exactly, you know, why did Frankenstein go out to the ice place. The reason why is because it was a story with his kid. His kid didn't know that there was people, you know, beyond the ice and people that lived out there, but it's a place where you can go and seek refuge and stuff like that, you know, get away from everywhere. And now we see that he's back inside of the city, and we understand now why he has a fascination or attraction to Vanessa Ives, the character. That's the reason why, man, because I guess in his past life, he knew her, okay, and they were in love, and it was crazy. It was a crazy episode, man, but I loved it, man. I would say that out of this entire season right now, I put this episode at episode number 2. My favorite episode right now is the previous episode, and you know, where Dracula was like, you know, my name is Dracula. But yeah, I got some clips, guys, that I'll share inside here also with you, and hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm pretty sure the audio is good.
You once said we name things so they don't frighten us. I'm not frightened. His name is Dracula.
And I'm out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your week, and yeah, happy Monday, man. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, man. Enjoy your week, man. Make it count, guys. Right here.